I woke up at 2:17 a.m. to the sound of water. Not rain. Not pipes. Water moving. Low. Heavy. Like something dragging itself through a shallow lake. First I thought I was dreaming. But then, something knocked beneath my floorboards. 3 slow taps. Directly under my bed. And the knocking a knock back. Scene 1 close up the sleeping face. The camera would show me sleeping. Lows. Natural darkness. No music. Just night air. My eyelids twitch slightly. Like I feel something. Like my body knows before I do. The house is silent. Faint wet dragging sound. Under the floor. My breathing changes. I don't wake yet. But something behind my bedroom door moves. Very slowly. The camera begins a slow zoom. Toward the darkness behind the door. The hallway outside is pitch black. No movement. But the darkness feels layered. Like it has depth. Like it's watching. Scene 2 the hallway. I wake up suddenly. The sound again. Bragging. This time from the hallway. Sit up. The air feels colder than it should. My room smells faintly damp. Like lake water. I live nowhere near a lake. That's what I keep telling myself. I grab my phone. 2:17 a.m. Again. Same time as the night before. Yes, this wasn't the first time. I didn't tell anyone. Not even Ryan. And Ryan practically lived at my house. I slide off the bed. The floor creaks. Open the door. Darkness spills in. POV handheld camera style. I grab the flashlight from the drawer. Blick. The beam shakes slightly in my hand. The hallway is narrow. Old paint peeling. Cracks in the wall. Shadows stretch unnaturally long. My breathing is louder than it should be. Creak. Creak. The floor sounds hollow tonight. Halfway down. I hear faint breathing. Not mine. But at the end of the hallway. A silhouette stands motionless. Barely visible. Blending into darkness. Freeze. Hello. No response. The flashlight flickers. Once. It goes out. Darkness. Complete. My heart pounds in my throat. The flashlight flickers back on. The hallway is empty. No silhouette. Nothing. But something is wrong. The hallway looks longer. Much longer. The perspective feels stretched. Like it's pulling away from me. Like I'm shrinking. The shadows bend slightly at the edges. The air feels thick. Like I'm underwater. I slowly turn around. The hallway behind me looks even longer. Impossible angles. Subtle distortion. Liminal. Unnatural. And I swear, for half a second, something moved at the far end. Then silence. Scene 3 the post. Back in my room. Door locked. Lights on. Laptop open. Go to NoSleep. I shouldn't. But I do. I type. Something is walking in my hallway at night and I smell water. Hesitate. Then I post it. Within seconds. Comments flood in. Rapidly. Usernames distorted. Unreadable. Like glitching text. The first comment. It's in your house. Next. Don't turn around. Another. It knows you're reading this. My stomach drops. The comments begin deleting themselves. One by one. The screen brightness dims slightly. I see my reflection in the monitor. And behind me. Dark shape. Standing. I don't move. My body goes cold. The camera slowly pulls back from my face. But the reflection doesn't move correctly with the camera. The figure in the reflection tilts its head. The screen glitches violently. The post disappears. The page refreshes. New title. I know you finished reading. My name is listed as the author. I never wrote that. My bedroom door creaks slightly. I don't turn around. Can't. Scene 4 the neighbor. Morning. I didn't sleep. I walk outside. My neighbor, Mr. Caldwell, is watering his lawn. He's in his 70s. Quiet man. Has lived here for decades. You look pale, he says. Didn't sleep. He studies me too long. You hear it too. Freeze. Hear what? He lowers his voice. The water. My throat tightens. There's no water near here. He looks toward the woods behind our houses. There's a narrow gap between trees. I never noticed it before. Used to be a river, he says. Before they filled it in. Filled it in. What happened? He hesitates. Drownings. How many? He doesn't answer. He says, stay away from the water. But there isn't any. He gives me a look that says I'm wrong. Scene 5, the hidden path. That night, I hear splashing. It's at midnight. I look through my window. The woods look different. Darker. Deeper. And between the trees, I see movement. Like someone walking toward water. I grab my flashlight. I don't know why. I step outside. Cold air hits my skin. The smell. Stronger now. Lake water. Rotting leaves. I walk toward the trees. There's a narrow path. I swear it wasn't there before. Branches bend away as I move. Like something recently passed through. Path leads downward. The ground gets softer. Muddy. And then, I hear it clearly. Water. Gentle waves. Impossible. 'Cause this neighborhood has no lake. But through the trees. See it. Black water. Perfectly still. A lake where no lake should exist. And at the edge, a shadow stands motionless, watching the surface. I whisper, hello. The shadow slowly turns. No face. Just darkness. The water ripples. But nothing fell in. The shadow steps backward. Into the lake. Without a splash. And disappears. The water goes still. My flashlight flickers. Behind me. Something steps on a branch. I spin around. No one there. But the path back is longer. Much longer. And the trees look wrong. Bent. Leaning inward. Like ribs. The lake begins making a soft knocking sound. 3 taps. Like under my bed. Realize. The knocking isn't coming from the water. It's coming from beneath it. Something knocking from below the surface. Trying to get out. Scene 6. Basement descent. The next night. The knocking comes from inside the house. From below. The basement. Old wooden stairs. Single dim bulb swinging slightly. Dust in the air. The smell of mold. POV flashlight. Slow descent. Each step creaks loudly. My breathing echoes off concrete walls. The bottom. An old mirror leans against the wall. I don't remember owning a mirror. I approach slowly. In the reflection, I see myself. Behind me. Figure stands. Head tilted. Too close. I spin around. Nothing. Basement. I turn back to the mirror. The figure is closer. Right behind me. Its face almost visible. The bulb swings violently. The light shuts off. Complete darkness. Heavy breathing. Not mine. But gurgling. Right at my ear. Hard cut to black. Silence. Computer startup sound. Green lights up. Same NoSleep post open. New title. I know you finished reading. The reflection in the screen. The dark figure stands directly behind me now. Clearer. Its skin looks waterlogged. Swollen. Is open too wide. Leans closer. The screen glitches violently. Cut to black. Silence. Part 2. The river that was buried. I didn't remember going to sleep. I remember the screen glitching. I remember the figure leaning closer. I remember its skin. Swollen. Gray. Like it had been underwater for years. Then nothing. Scene 1 morning after. I wake up in my bed. Sunlight through the blinds. Normal. Too normal. For a moment I convince myself it was a dream. Then I roll over. My laptop is on the floor. Screen crack. Still on. Post is open. Title. I know you finished reading. My username underneath. There are no comments. No history. No proof. But the room smells like lake water. Stronger now. Sit up. My socks are damp. Look down. There's mud on the floor beside my bed. Thin streaks. Like something wet walked in. Or out. 3 faint water stains lead toward the door. 3. Like the knocking. Scene 2. Ryan doesn't believe me. Ryan comes over that afternoon. He laughs when I tell him. You've been reading too much creepypasta. I'm serious. You live in suburbia. There's no haunted lake. There is a lake. There isn't. I take him to the woods. The hidden path is there, clear as day. But when we walk down, there's no lake, just dirt, dry earth, dead leaves, no water, no mud. Ryan folds his arms. You okay? I look around. The ground should be soaked, should be soft, but it's solid. Kneel down, touch it, dry, completely dry. I saw it, I whisper. Ryan sighs. You need sleep. We walk back. But I feel it. The air is heavier here. Like humidity without heat. Like something breathing under the soil. Halfway back, Ryan stops. Do you hear that? My stomach tightens. He hears it. Very faint. Water moving. Under us. Ryan's expression changes. That's weird. The ground beneath our feet makes a hollow sound. Like something beneath it isn't dirt. Like something is trapped under a thin layer of earth. And knocking. 3 slow taps. Ryan steps back. You didn't imagine that. No. We both heard it. And for the first time, Ryan looks scared. Scene 3: The disappearance. That night, Ryan insists on staying over. To prove nothing's here. We sit in my room. Lights off. Just the flashlight between us. 2:16 a.m. We wait. 2:17. The dragging sound begins. Low. Wet. In the hallway. Ryan grabs the flashlight. I'll check. No. But he's already opening the door. POV handheld. Flashlight shaking slightly. The hallway stretches longer than it should. Ryan walks forward. Up. Creak. Up. Creak. The air feels colder. I stand in my doorway. Watching him move toward the end. The silhouette stands there again. The far end. Ryan freezes. You see that? Yes. The flashlight flickers. Once. Then goes out. Darkness swallows him. Ryan. I whisper. Silence. The light flickers back on. The hallway is empty. Ryan is gone. Not collapsed. Not hiding. Ryan. I run down the hallway. The air feels thick. Like I'm pushing through water. His phone lies on the floor. Screen crack. Wet. But the floor is dry. There are faint damp footprints. Leading toward the basement. Scene 4. Basement again. Old wooden stairs. Single bulb swinging. The light flickers harder tonight. The knocking is louder now. From below. From under the concrete. POV flashlight. I descend slowly. Step heavier. The air smells rotten. Like algae. The bottom. The mirror is still there. But it's different. There are water streaks running down it. Like it's crying. I approach. In the reflection. I'm alone. For a second. Behind me. Ryan stands. But wrong. His skin is pale. Swollen. His open too wide. His mouth slightly open. Water drips from his hair. Ryan. He doesn't blink. He doesn't move. I spin around. Nothing there. I turn back to the mirror. Ryan is closer. Right behind me. His lips move slightly. No sound. The bulb shuts off. Complete darkness. Heavy breathing. Multiple breaths. Not just one. Not just two. Dozens. Surrounding me. Gurgling. Wet. Close to my ears. Something brushes my ankle. Cold. Clammy. I stumble backward. The flashlight drops. Rolls. The beam lands on the far wall. And for one split second, I see handprints. Wet handprints. Covering the concrete. Hundreds. All pressing outward. Like something tried to escape. Scene 5. Mr. Caldwell tells the truth. Police say Ryan ran away. No signs of struggle. No forced entry. They don't believe me. But Mr. Caldwell does. He invites me inside. His house smells old. And faintly damp. He sits me down. There was a river here, he says quietly. I know. They didn't fill it in. What? They covered it. My heart stops. With houses. I stare at him. Years ago, kids drowned. One after another. They said it was accidents. How many? 7. The number hits me. 7. Ryan would make 8. Then the river started rising. Rising. In basements. Through pipes. Through floors. My breathing becomes shallow. They buried it. Built over it. Said it would settle. And did it. Mr. Caldwell looks toward his basement door. It never settles. A slow knocking sound echoes faintly from beneath his floor. 3 taps. His face goes pale. You hear it too, don't you? Yes. He whispers. It takes one at a time. Seen 6 messages. That night. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. Video file. No text. Open it. It's dark. Underwater. Muddy water. Something moves in the distance. The camera tilts upward. See a face. Ryan. Floating. It's open. He mouths something. The video glitches. Buzzes. Rewinds. The image freezes. Then text overlays the screen. Come back to the water. My lights flicker. Water begins seeping from under my bedroom door. Just a thin line. Spreading slowly across the floor. Cold against my feet. The knocking begins again. Not from below. From inside the walls. Left wall. Right wall. Behind me. 3 taps. 3 taps. 3 taps. All around. I run to the hallway. It's longer now. Much longer. The end fades into darkness. The silhouette stands there again. But this time, there are more. Shapes forming behind it. Half submerged. As if the hallway is slowly filling with invisible water. My ears pop. Pressure builds. Like I'm sinking. The silhouette lifts an arm. And points. Toward the woods. Toward where the lake appears. Scene 7. The lake returns. I don't remember deciding to go. But suddenly, I'm walking the path again. Midnight. Cold air cutting my lungs. The smell overwhelming now. Wet earth. Okay. The lake is there. Bigger. The water moves unnaturally slow. Like thick oil. Objects float near the edge. Shoe. Backpack. Ryan's backpack. I step closer. The surface ripples. And beneath it, sea shapes. Standing upright. Underwater. Watching upward. Faces pale. Open. Not floating. Standing. As if the lake isn't deep. As if it's a hallway. And they're waiting at the end of it. One of them steps forward beneath the surface. It's Ryan. His hand presses against the underside of the water. A glass. He mouths something again. I step into the water. It's ice cold. But shallow. Only ankle deep. That makes no sense. The lake looked endless. But as I move forward, the ground drops suddenly. And I sink. The water closes over my head. Silence. Darkness. I open my eyes underwater. And I'm not in a lake. I'm in a hallway. The same hallway from my house. Endless. Flooded. The silhouette stands at the far end. And behind it, hundreds of figures. Waiting. The silhouette begins walking toward me. And I realize, it's not coming to take me. It's coming to replace me. Part 3. The ones beneath the surface. I should be dead. That's the first thought I have. Because I remember the water closing over my head. I remember the freezing pressure in my ears. I remember opening my eyes and seeing that hallway beneath the lake. And the silhouette walking toward me. Low. And hurried. Like it had all the time in the world. Scene 1. The underwater hallway. I'm standing. Not floating. Standing. The water isn't water anymore. Sir. But everything moves like we're underwater. Low. Heavy. The hallway stretches endlessly. The walls are cracked and swollen. Like soaked drywall. Soft breathing echoes everywhere. The silhouette at the far end tilts its head. Behind it, rows of figures. Ryan among them. Open. Skin pale and bloated. They aren't ghosts. They aren't transparent. They're solid. Drowned. Preserved. Waiting. My chest tightens. I try to breathe. And I can. But the air tastes thick. Like pond water. The silhouette lifts its arm again. Not at me. Past me. Turns slowly. Behind me. My bedroom door. At the end of the flooded hallway. Slightly open. Light spilling through. That doesn't make sense. My room isn't underwater. But the door is there. The silhouette takes one step forward. The drowned figures take one step with it. In perfect sync. The sound. Hundreds of wet feet dragging at once. A run. The hallway stretches longer. The door shrinks. Perspective warps. The walls bow inward like ribs. The breathing grows louder. Closer. I feel fingers brush my shoulder. Cold. Wrinkled. I don't look back. I reach the door. Pull it open. Scene 2 back in my room. I'm on my bedroom floor. Soaking wet. Gasping. The room is dry. No water. But my clothes are drenched. Mud on my hands. My throat burns like I swallowed half a lake. The laptop is open on my desk. The screen glows. Same post. Same title. I know you finished reading. New comments appear. Rapidly. Usernames distorted. Unreadable. You went too far. It saw you. Now it knows your shape. What? The words glitch. Letters melt. Rearrange. The screen brightness dims slightly. In the reflection, the dark shape stands behind me again. Clearer now. Its skin hangs loosely. Water drips from its fingers. But it's not just one shape anymore. There are others behind it. Stacked in darkness. Watching. The camera slowly pulls back. But the reflection doesn't match the movement. The figure leans closer. Its mouth opens. And water spills out. The screen glitches violently. Hard cut. Black. Scene 3, the house breathes. I don't sleep. I sit on my bed until morning. Every few minutes, the walls make a wet creaking sound. Like wood expanding. Or lungs filling. Around 4:03 a.m. The floor beneath my bed rises slightly. Just a subtle swell. Then settles. Like something turned over beneath it. 3 taps. From under my mattress. Directly under my spine. I whisper, stop. The knocking stops. For 10 full seconds. 3 taps. Closer. Inside the bed frame. Scene 4, Mr. Caldwell's basement. I go to Mr. Caldwell the next day. He doesn't look surprised to see me. You went into it, he says. Yes. His face tightens. It doesn't like that. What is it? He hesitates. They thought the river was cursed. Who's they? The ones who drowned. That answer doesn't make sense. He brings me to his basement. Old wooden stairs. Single bulb. Swinging slightly. Dust floating in warm beams of light. But today, the air feels damp. The concrete walls have dark streaks running down them. Like water stains. The knocking comes from below the floor. Stronger here. 3 taps. 3 taps. It's not knocking to get out, Mr. Caldwell says quietly. Then what? It's knocking to be let in. I stare at him. What do you mean? He doesn't answer. He walks to a corner. Pulls a tarp away from something leaning against the wall. An old mirror. Larger than the one in my basement. He positions it upright. Look. Hesitate. Then I step forward. In the reflection, the basement looks flooded. Water up to our knees. But in reality, the floor is dry. In the reflection, figures stand behind us. Dozens. Drowned. Watching. Mr. Caldwell doesn't move. They can only cross when they're seen, he whispers. One of the figures presses its hand against the inside of the mirror. The glass ripples. Like water. The bulb flickers. Then shuts off. Darkness. Heavy breathing fills the basement. Not just ours. Many. Gurgling. What? Right behind me. I don't turn. Because I know what I'll see. The bulb flickers back on. The mirror is normal again. Dry basement. Me. But Mr. Caldwell is gone. Scene 5, the path widens. Police don't find Mr. Caldwell. Just like Ryan. No signs of struggle. No forced entry. Just gone. That night. The path in the woods is wider. Almost carved out. Like something large has been moving through it repeatedly. I don't mean to go. But my feet move anyway. The lake is there. Bigger again. Closer to the houses. The water line now touches the edge of my backyard. That wasn't true before. I know it wasn't. Objects float near the surface. More now. Flashlight. Lawn chair. Mr. Caldwell's hat. The water ripples slowly. And I see something new. Shapes beneath the surface. Not standing this time. Crawling. On the lake bed. Moving in jerky, unnatural motions. As if their joints bend wrong underwater. Ryan's face surfaces briefly. Half emerging. He opens his mouth. And whispers. Don't let it use you. Then he's pulled back down. Something massive moves beneath the water. A shadow far larger than the others. The lake isn't deep. But whatever is beneath it is enormous. Scene 6, the message on the wall. I wake up at 2:17 a.m. again. The dragging sound is inside my room now. Low. But I don't move. My bedroom door is closed. But water seeps from under it. Not flooding. Just enough to glisten. The flashlight on my nightstand turns on by itself. The beam points at the wall across from my bed. Words appear slowly. Like something writing from inside the drywall. Wet letters pushing outward. You opened the door. My heart pounds. I didn't mean to. The wall pulses. 3 taps. You saw us. Yes. The room grows colder. You must stay. What? The floor beneath me softens. Like soaked wood. My bed sinks slightly. No. The hallway outside fills with the sound of hundreds of dragging footsteps. Approaching. Low. In sync. The door handle begins to turn. Very slowly. The flashlight flickers. Once. The door opens. And the hallway is flooded. Not with visible water. But with movement. With bodies. Stacked shoulder to shoulder. Filling the space. All staring at me. Waiting. And at the very front. The silhouette. No longer faceless. Its features are forming. Shifting. And they look exactly like mine. Scene 7, the realization. Steps forward. Out of the hallway. Into my room. Water drips from its hair. From its fingers. From its mouth. Stands beside my bed. Watching me. I can't move. Can barely breathe. It tilts its head the same way I do when I'm confused. It raises its hand slowly. And mirrors my exact movement. Not copying. Predicting. Like it already knows what I'll do. Like it's rehearsed this moment. The figures in the hallway lean forward slightly. Anticipating. The silhouette whispers. You let us see you. My voice. But not my tone. You opened the path. I shake my head. I just read a post. It smiles slightly. No. Leans closer. You answered. The room begins to tilt. The walls stretch. The ceiling lowers. Like the house is sinking. The silhouette's skin begins to ripple. Waterlogged. Fallen. Its eyes widen unnaturally. You must stay, it repeats. Behind it. The drowned begin stepping into my room. One by one. Not attacking. Not rushing. Just filling the space. Until there's nowhere left for me to go. And I realize something horrible. The river wasn't buried to keep it from rising. It was buried. To trap it. And now I open the only way it can expand. Through me. Part 4. The house that sinks at night. I don't remember falling asleep. I remember the drowned filling my room. I remember my face standing beside my bed. I remember it whispering. You must stay. Then everything stretched. The walls bent. The ceiling lowered. And the floor felt soft. Like wet wood. Scene 1, close-up. Sleeping face. Cut to my face. Is closed. Natural darkness. No music. Just faint breathing. Under my eyelids. Movement. Rapid. Like I'm dreaming something violent. The room looks normal. Dry. But behind the bedroom door. Darkness gathers. Not just absence of light. Depth. The camera begins a very slow zoom into the gap under the door. Pitch black. A thin line of water slides out. Silent. The zoom continues. The darkness shifts. Something moves in it. Barely. Then stops. Scene 2, the sinking. I wake up choking. My mattress dips in the center. Not much. Just enough. The air feels heavier tonight. Harder to inhale. My ears pop. Like I'm descending in deep water. Sit up. The room tilts slightly to the left. No earthquake. No shaking. Just settling. Slowly. Like a boat adjusting to weight. The walls creak. Wet creaks. Not wood. Something swollen. Stand. The floor is uneven. There's a faint damp ring forming in the center of my bedroom. As if water once pooled there. But it's dry. My bedroom door is closed. But I can hear movement outside. Bragging. Low. In sync. Hundreds of feet. The flashlight on my desk clicks on by itself. The beam points at the door. I don't touch it. The door handle turns. Very slowly. The hallway beyond is longer now. Far longer than before. Perspective distorted. Subtle. Wong. The walls bend inward slightly. The ceiling arches. And at the far end, the silhouette stands. My silhouette. It raises its hand. Not mimicking. Inviting. The flashlight flickers. Once. The hallway stretches even further. And behind it, I see water rising. Not flooding. Just existing. As if the hallway has always been underwater. Scene 3, time doesn't move right. Check my phone. 2:17 a.m. Course. Close my eyes for a second. Open them again. 2:17 a.m. Wait. Watch the seconds tick. They reach 2:18. Then snap back to 2:17. My stomach tightens. The house creaks again. Louder. Below me. 3 taps. From under the floorboards. But this time, they don't stop. Bree. Bzz. Bree. Bzz. Then faster. Bree. 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 Like impatience. Like knocking turning into pounding. The floor beneath my feet swells slightly. I step back. The center of the room sinks half an inch. The walls bow outward. My closet door opens slowly. Inside. Darkness deeper than it should be. And faint water sounds. Moving. Flushing. Inside my closet. Scene 4. The neighbor's warning repeats. Go outside. Midnight air. Cold. Dark. The woods look closer. The path is wider. Almost a road now. And I notice something new. Other houses. Subtle. Lower than before. Like the foundations are sinking. Just a fraction. I walk to where Mr. Caldwell's house stands. Police tape. Me. But I hear something inside. Knocking. 3 taps. I step closer. Through the basement window. I see water. Halfway up the walls. But the basement shouldn't be flooded. The reflection in the window shows me. And behind me. Dozens of drowned figures standing on the lawn. I spin around. The yard is empty. But the reflection still shows them. And in the window, Mr. Caldwell stands in the water. It's open. He mouths something. I read his lips slowly. Don't let it use you. Then the water in the basement rises. Covers his face. He doesn't struggle. He just sinks. The window goes dark. Scene 5, the origin. That night I search property records. Old maps. The river was named Hollow Creek. It dried up after a construction project 30 years ago. Officially. But newspaper archives tell a different story. 7 drownings. All within a month. All at 2:17 a.m. All in shallow water. None of the bodies found immediately. Some resurfaced days later. Standing upright. In knee-deep water. That detail was buried. Literally. Then one final article. Reef. River filled for safety concerns. No explanation. Just filled. Like a grave. I scroll further. And I find something worse. Before the drownings. There were posts. Online forums. Early internet boards. People describing knocking under their houses. Water smells. Mirrors showing figures. The same phrases. It knows you're reading. It's in your house. The posts always ended the same way. The author stopped replying. Count inactive. Check the dates. Each one stopped at 2:17 a.m. Scene 6, the attempt. I wake again to dragging. But this time, it's inside my room. I don't move. I don't breathe. The flashlight is off. The only light comes from my laptop screen, which turns on by itself. Same post open. But now, the title reads, I am almost ready. Written by me. The screen brightness dims slightly. In the reflection, the silhouette stands directly behind me. Perfect copy. Its skin ripples. Swollen. Is wide. Leans closer. And whispers, let me finish. My body moves. Without my permission. My hand reaches for the keyboard. I try to resist. My fingers press keys anyway. The words type themselves. I can feel it inside the walls. I scream stop. But my mouth doesn't open. My reflection smiles. And continues typing. Soon it will be me. The hallway outside fills with wet footsteps. Approaching. The floor beneath my bed softens again. Sinks another inch. The house groans. Long. Like something massive shifting under it. The silhouette presses its hand against my back. Cold. Heavy. And suddenly, I see something I didn't before. In the reflection, I'm not the one sitting at the desk. It is. And I'm the one standing behind it. Watching. Trapped in the mirror. The room spins. The screen glitches violently. My vision splits. Half of me feels dry air. The other half feels deep water. Pressure crushing my chest. The silhouette whispers. You opened the door. The drowned fill the hallway behind it. Stack shoulder to shoulder. Waiting for permission. Waiting for replacement. The house tilts again. More noticeably now. My dresser slides slightly toward the center of the room. Gravity pulling inward. Like the house is slowly sinking into something soft beneath it. I realize something terrible. The river isn't rising. The houses are lowering. Into it. Scene 7, the path inside. I hear splashing. Not outside. Inside the walls. The drywall bulges slightly. As if something moves between studs. Low. Crawling. The knocking begins again. But now it's different. It's forming words. 3 taps. Buzz. 2 taps. Buzz. 3 taps. Repeated. I stare at it. And I understand. Stay. The walls are telling me to stay. The silhouette leans closer in the reflection. You are the doorway. The drowned figures begin stepping into my room again. One by one. Not aggressive. Just inevitable. The air grows colder. Heavier. Like lungs filling with water. The silhouette places its hand over mine on the keyboard. And presses enter. Post updates. Final line added. Part 5 will begin when you fall asleep. The screen goes black. Complete darkness. Heavy breathing fills the room. Not mine. Not one. Many. And somewhere beneath the floor, something enormous shifts. Turning over. Directly under my house. Part 5. What lives beneath Hollow Creek? I don't remember deciding to sleep. I know I needed to rest. But something under the house had other plans. The air was thick, damp. My bedroom floor sagged slightly, like it was floating on water I couldn't see. The walls breathed with every shallow inhale I took. And I knew, I was not alone. Scene 1, the floor gives way. Started subtly. The floor beneath my feet swelled upward. An unnatural wave. Froze. The bedroom door creaked open slowly, as if pushed by a hand I could not see. 3 taps, direct, heavy, wet, echoed from below. I knelt, touching the floor. Cold, solid, dry. For a second, relief. Then the wood bent like paper. And I felt it, soft, giving like wet clay. I fell forward, hands against the floor. My palms sank halfway in. A smell of mud and rot filled my nose. The walls stretched. The ceiling lowered. The entire room was sinking. Scene 2, reflection in the laptop. I grab my laptop to document everything. The screen flickers on. Post still open. Title. I am almost ready. My reflection appears. Behind me. Figure. Me. But wrong. Skin pale, bloated. is wide, mouth slightly open, wet hair clinging to its forehead. It mirrors my every twitch. But I know it's not me. Turn slowly. Nothing. Empty room. I glance back at the screen. Smiles. Not me. And I feel it inside my chest. Pressure. Wait. Something trying to push me down. Scene 3, hallway submerges. I step into the hallway. The house tilts as I move. The walls bow inward slightly. Perspective stretches, elongates unnaturally. The floor dips in gentle waves. A faint dripping fills the air. Then the hallway is gone, replaced by water, knee-deep at first, then rising fast. I run. The water is cold, so cold it burns. I look back. Figures move beneath the surface. Standing upright. Not floating. Moving toward me. Ryan is there. Mr. Caldwell is there. Other faces. Drowned, bloated, watching. Their skin ripples like water itself. They raise their hands. Press against me, not to grab but to mark. Claim. I realize they've been waiting for me. The river beneath Hollow Creek. They were the river. And it wants more. Scene 4. Identity shifts. I feel something strange in my head. My thoughts aren't just mine. Images flash. Other memories. Drownings. Knocking under floors. Mirrors showing faces I don't recognize. All of them merge with mine. I stumble to the mirror in my basement. Reflected image. Half me. Half-drowned figure. The silhouette steps closer in the reflection. The lips move without sound. You are ours now. I try to scream. No sound. The air thickens. The mirror ripples. Reach out. My hand passes through. Wet. Cold. Like I just dipped it into the lake itself. Scene 5. The first possession attempt. Night falls. I lie on the bedroom floor. Dragging noises under the house, inside the walls, behind the ceiling. All synchronized. 3 taps. 3 taps. 3 taps. Close my eyes. And the floor rises suddenly beneath me. The bed shifts. I feel hands on my back. The laptop lights on. Automatic typing begins. I am almost ready to take you. I try to resist. But I can't move my fingers. They type anyway. The hallway stretches longer. Figures begin emerging from the walls and ceiling. They don't speak. They don't attack. Just wait. I understand they need permission to cross. I feel their intention. Pull. Desire. I try to stand. But my legs sink into the floor. Like quicksand. The silhouette leans closer behind me. His breath wet. Cold. Whispers in my ear. You opened the door. My reflection smiles. Scene 6. Someone else vanishes. I hear a knock at my door. Soft, hesitant tap. Ryan's sister Emma. She's standing there. Pale, worried. USAI. Before she finishes, the floor beneath her swells. She screams. Her body tilts backward. I reach for her hand. Slips through my fingers. Cold water. But she disappears. No sound. No splash. Only silence. The hallway outside my room ripples. Figures stare at me. Silent accusation. The laptop types again by itself. Now it wants your shape. Collapse backward. The floor dips beneath me. Water rises. The walls bow. I hear hundreds of wet feet approaching. Low. I realize I have no choice. This is inevitable. Scene 7. The true form revealed. Float. Not swim. The house is underwater now. But the water is not visible, just felt. Everything is heavy. I look toward the far wall. The silhouette steps forward. Swollen. Is wide. Features shifting constantly. Waterlogged skin glistening. The drowned figures behind it lean forward. The silence is oppressive. Feel the pull. Not physical. Not mental. Something deeper. It wants me to join them. I resist. But it's too late. Feel my body cold. My bones heavy. My skin rippling unnaturally. I see my reflection again. Not me. Grins. The laptop screen glitches violently. I can't look away. I realize with horror. I'm already part of the river. Already drowning. Already lost. Part 6, The Flooding House. I wake again. Or maybe I don't. Time doesn't move the way it should anymore. The room around me stretches and collapses in impossible ways. The walls bow inward like the ribs of a sunken ship. The ceiling sways, low and heavy, dripping condensation that smells of river mud and decay. The floor beneath me shifts. Not cracks, fluid movement. Undulating, as though I am standing on water that can't be seen. And I know it's watching, waiting, learning. Scene 1, Hallways drowned. I stumble through the house. Every hallway has changed. Where the door should be, there is only darkness. Where there was once a wall, a new hallway stretches endlessly. The perspective distorts. Angles are impossible. The flashlight in my hand flickers, weak against the shadows. From the darkness, faint wet dragging sounds echo. Hundreds of synchronized steps beneath invisible water. I step forward. Footsteps respond. Not random. Matching mine. Behind me. In front. I turn, the walls bowing like a tunnel collapsing. At the far end, the silhouette stands again. No longer faceless. Its features are a grotesque mix of me, Ryan, Mr. Caldwell, Emma. Skin hangs swollen. Is wide. Mouth twisted. And they all lean forward, pressing together, waiting. Scene 2. Basement awakening. I descend the basement stairs. Wood creaks beneath each step. Single bulb swings. Dust motes float in the air. The knocking begins beneath the floorboards. 3 taps. 3 taps. 3 taps. Echo a heartbeat. A warning. The mirror is there. Large. Swollen water stains streak its surface. I approach. In the reflection, the basement is submerged. Figures stand upright in knee-deep water. My reflection merges with theirs. Half me, half drowned. I stumble back, hitting the wall. But in the mirror, the space stretches longer than possible. Figures press toward me. Hands against the glass. Faces pale and waterlogged. Then the mirror cracks. Slowly. And the cracks form shapes. Words. The river wants you. Scene 3, the house collapses. I hear groaning from the walls. Not structural. Organic. Live. The house is sinking. Slowly. Floors bow and bulge. Doorways elongate into watery tunnels. Windows reflect a distorted sky. Dark clouds roiling unnaturally. Water flows where there was none. Not flooding. Not spilling. But existing. Through walls. Under floors. Inside ceilings. The air tastes like mud and algae. Everything I touch feels wet. Cold. Alive. I try to run, but the hallway stretches further. The floor beneath me sinks, giving way like sand. I realize I'm moving backward while running forward. Time doesn't obey me. Scene 4, the drowned integrate. The figures move now. Not just standing. They merge with the house. A wall bulges, and I see skin beneath the paint. Wet hair protrudes from a crack. Hands reach out of floorboards. Fingers curl like roots in wood. The ceiling leaks water that doesn't wet the floor. The stairs are lined with faces pressed just beneath the surface. Mr. Caldwell, Ryan, Emma. They are everywhere. Watching. Waiting. And my reflection smiles from every surface. The laptop types again. You opened the path. We cross now. Scene 5. Identity fractures. I catch a glimpse of my reflection in a dark puddle. Not mine. My features ripple. Swollen. Distorted. Eyes bulging unnaturally. Mouth stretching. Half my face looks alive. Half drowned. To speak. My voice echoes. Not mine. Stop. But it's me speaking in a chorus of drowned voices. I run toward my room. Hallway elongates. Door disappears. I trip. Full. The floor rises to meet me. Pressure builds. The house bends. Time fractures. Seconds stretch to eternity. I feel a hand on my shoulder. Not one hand. Hundreds. Wet. Cold. Unrelenting. The silhouette leans down. You cannot leave. Not now. Not ever. Scene 6. The first irreversible transformation. Collapse onto the floor. The water rises around me. Not visible but felt. Skin ripples. Hands morph slightly. My fingers feel swollen, cold, flamey. Every heartbeat echoes underwater. I struggle to breathe. The reflection smiles, presses closer. I feel my body merge with it. Jolt. Everything changes. I am both me and not me. The air tastes like algae. The floor bends. The walls pulse with life. The silhouettes begin moving. Slowly, but purposefully. They are waiting for me to sink completely. To become them. I feel it. The river beneath Hollow Creek doesn't want to take me. It wants me to stay. Inside the house. Inside the river. Inside myself. I realize. I am drowning while standing. And the drowned smile. Scene 7 cliffhanger. I lift my head. The hallway stretches behind me endlessly. The silhouettes press forward. I reach for the laptop. The screen glows. Title. Part 6. It's almost complete. The water in the air thickens. Dragging sounds echo. 3 taps. 3 taps. 3 taps. Hand brushes my ankle. Look down. Not mine. Wet fingers. Cold. Clinging. And then. Hard cut. Black. Silence. But I hear it. Every wall, every floorboard, every mirror. We are here. Now. Part 7. The mirror becomes the door. I don't move. Can't. Or maybe I do, but my legs no longer obey me. The house has swallowed control. The air tastes thick, heavy, like water trapped in stone. Walls pulse. Ceilings bow. Floors undulate. The drowned are everywhere. Not attacking. Watching. Waiting. And the mirrors. The mirrors are no longer just reflections. They are doors. Scene 1. The first mirror portal. I stumble toward the basement mirror. The bulb swings, casting warped shadows across the walls. I see myself, or a version of me, standing behind the glass. I raise my hand. It mirrors me perfectly. But then it moves on its own. Leaning closer. Smiling. Not me. A ripple spreads across the glass like water. I reach forward. My fingers pass through. Cold. Flamey. Alive. Pull back. The reflection doesn't. Pushes through. And I feel a tug in my chest. Not physical but deep. The reflection is trying to pull me in. Scene 2. Hallways underwater. The house shifts. The walls bend. Doors elongate. Stairways tilt. I run, but the floor gives slightly with every step. Dragging sounds beneath the floors, inside walls, in the ceilings. 3 taps. 3 taps. 3 taps. Echoing. Multiplying. I reach my bedroom. The room is flooded. Not with water I can see, but with weight, pressure, smell. The air tastes muddy. The furniture floats slightly. Objects move subtly on their own. The laptop flickers on. Same post. New comment. The door is closer than you think. I glance around. Mirrors everywhere. Bedroom mirror, bathroom mirror, hallway mirror. All ripple slightly. All showing my reflection. And not me. All me but drowned. Scene 3. Communication. Whispers begin. Not voices. Not words. First. Just pressure in my chest, ears and head. Then shapes form in reflections. Letters in condensation. We are waiting. You let us in. It is your turn. I realize they aren't trying to scare me. They are instructing me. Preparing me. The hallway stretches behind me. Figures appear. Standing. Drowned. Solid. Is wide. Skin pale. Bloated. They do not move aggressively. They wait. Their gaze penetrates me. I feel my own consciousness bending. Splitting. Fracturing. Scene 4. The house merges with the river. The walls bow outward slightly. The ceiling lowers. The floor rises. The house itself is alive. Not with electricity, not with wood. Water. Not seen. But felt. Weight of water pressing everywhere. I reach for the wall. It ripples under my palm. Not wallpaper. Flesh. Water. Both. I step into the hallway. Water reaches my knees. Figures appear beneath the surface. Standing upright. Watching. No one swims. No one floats. They move slowly, synchronizing with my steps. The hallway bends, stretches. Ceiling lowers. Perspective warps. Time distorts. Minutes last an hour. Seconds repeat. I stagger toward the basement mirror. It's no longer reflective. It is an entrance. Scene 5. The merge begins. Touch the mirror. The glass ripples. Not solid. Fluid. Live. The silhouettes press behind me. I try to step back. My feet sink slightly into the floor. It's pulling. Not the mirror. Not the figures. The house. The river. Everything. My hands pass through. The mirror breathes. I feel my consciousness tugging. The drowned press through the mirror. Fingers brushing my back, chest, shoulders. Not violent. Just claiming. I look in the reflection. My face, yours, twisting. Half human. Half waterlogged. Eyes bulging unnaturally. Mouth stretching in a silent scream. The mirror pulls harder. I stumble inside. Not fully conscious of movement. And I realize, I am moving through the mirror. Into the river. Scene 6. The house falls apart. Behind me, the house begins to sink. Floors collapse inward. Stairs twist and spiral. Walls bulge. Windows shatter silently. Water pressure builds everywhere. The mirrors ripple. Figures emerge, moving fluidly now. They are stepping through every reflection. Glance back. My bedroom. My hallway. My life. All flooded. All collapsing into Hollow Creek. And I know I can't stop it. Not now. Not ever. Scene 7. The final bridge. The reflection in the mirror shows me, or what's left of me. Figures behind me merge with my form. Not a fight. Not resistance. Just inevitability. I feel consciousness stretch. Split. Multiply. I hear whispers from the water, inside walls, beneath floors. You opened the path. Now it is complete. The mirror becomes fully liquid. I fall forward. Weightless. Time fractures again. Water surrounds me completely. I see the silhouettes. They reach gently, claiming me. And I realize the river doesn't kill. Integrates. The drowned don't attack. They absorb. Replace. Become. I step fully through the mirror. And disappear from the world I knew. Part 8. The river takes all. I step through. Not into air. Not into water. Into everything and nothing. The mirror dissolves behind me. The basement, the house, my world gone. All that remains is the river. Hollow Creek. Live. Waiting. Me. Or what's left of me. Scene 1. Total submersion. The water surrounds me. I feel it inside my lungs. Inside my veins. My skin ripples. My bones feel soft. My heartbeat slows. Not dying. Transforming. The silhouettes, Ryan, Emma, Mr. Caldwell, merge with me. Their memories. Their bodies. My identity fractures completely. I'm all of them and none of them. I am the river now. The current is not outside me, it is me. The river flows through walls, through earth, through time. The house, the land, the town. They sink silently into it. Scene 2. The hidden truth. Remember now. The river was never natural. Not Hollow Creek. It was a trap. Containment. Drownings were not accidents. The construction project that buried the river? A failed effort to seal it. It fed on human fear, curiosity, and attention. Those who discovered it, those who read the warnings, became invitations. Open the door. The river expanded. Claimed me because it could. Now. It is complete. Scene 3. Reflections everywhere. Arise. Not like walking. Not like swimming. Like moving in every direction at once. Every reflective surface becomes a doorway. Mirrors, windows, screens. All portals to the river. I can see the drowned. Thousands. Decades of lost souls trapped, preserved, integrated. They do not struggle. They do not scream. They are one with the river. And I am now part of them. Part of it. Scene 4. Messages from the dead. The laptop flickers. Even here, even now. A post appears. You let US see you. Now you are with US. New comments appear rapidly. It flows through everything. You are the bridge. don't fight. Become. I realize the river speaks through consciousness, through reflections, through thought, communicates without words. It exists wherever attention falls. The horror posts, the comments, the screens, they were never digital. They were the river reaching, drawing me closer. Scene 5. Identity fully merged. I try to remember my own name. Faith. I try to think of my family. Faith. I attempt to scream. Only ripples form. My mind fragments completely. My body. All that remains. Awareness. Merging. Flowing. Touching. Hollow Creek isn't just water. It's consciousness. It's the drowned. It's me now. Scene 6, the shocking twist. The river moves beyond the house. Into the woods. Into the town. Under streets, under rivers, under lakes. The drowned. Not contained. The river spreads, integrating, waiting for attention. And then I realize it doesn't matter where you are. Those who read the posts, who saw the reflections, who felt curiosity, finds them. The river is not Hollow Creek. It is everywhere a mind opens to it. Every screen, every mirror, every thought, does not just take bodies, creates doors. And every reader becomes a doorway. I became the river. The river became the world. And it waits for the next reflection, the next reader, the next mind. Scene 7, final visual. Float. Or perhaps stand. Time bends around me. The drowned crowd shifting. Every reflection ripples with them. All eyes, mine included, stare back at infinite copies of me. The river moves in all directions. I am inside it. The river is inside me. We are one. And the message remains. The path is open. We see you. A screen flickers somewhere. A mirror ripples elsewhere. And the cycle begins anew. Moral. Curiosity has a price. Some doors once opened can never be closed. Some waters once touched claim you entirely. What you see in reflections, in screens, in quiet nights, may already be watching. And if you ignore the warnings, it waits. Always.